everybody. So I'm going to walk us through problem number 47 from section 1.2, and I'm going to do a little bit with scientific notation when you multiply as well. So the first thing that we've got to deal with, and I've already sketched this out a little bit because I did a bunch of counting to make sure I didn't count up wrong, is we're trying to convert this value, this number, into scientific notation. Scientific notation requires that we have one non-zero digit to the left of the decimal. So we've got to move this decimal, each of these decimal spots over until it lands right here. Well, it turns out that there are 12 movements or 12 decimal spots. So we have 1.0995 times 10 to the 12th. Okay. So just real quick, the way we would write the scientific notation, 9.2 times 10 to the 14th. That means that there's actually 14 decimal spots, movements off to the right. And 7.8 times negative 2. That means I'm actually moving it to the left. So the negative exponent is implying that the number is smaller than 1, and the positive exponent is implying that the number is larger than 1. And we, again, only have one non-zero digit to the left of the decimal. Sometimes you'll see things happen, like you'll get 17.2 times 10 to the 16th. Well, I need to move that decimal spot one spot to the left. And when I move the decimal to the left, I'm actually counting up. I'm adding 1 to that 16. So I've got 1.72 times 10 to the 17th. So if I was multiplying two numbers that were in scientific notation, and because this is really a string of multiplications, this is 2.7 times 10 to the 5th times 5.1 times 10 to the 3rd. It's just a string of multiplications. And so what we can do is we can take this 5.1 and this 10.5 and commute their locations. So we've got this 2.7 times 5.1 times 10 to the 5th times 10 to the 3rd. Now, we have worked on in the past that if we have like bases, we get to just add the exponents. So I have 5 plus 3 getting my 8. Now these two numbers we're stuck with having to multiply out. And when we straight multiply them out, we're going to end up with 13.77. And so we have 13.77 times 10 to the 8th. And you'll notice I'm not in scientific notation. I've got to move this decimal one spot to the left. And when I move that decimal one spot to the left, I add 1 onto this 8. And so I end up having 9 as my exponent on the 10, and it reads 1.377 times 10 to the 9th. Well, hopefully that's helpful.